Welcome back to Grim and Cozy Crafting, where we blend chilling true crime stories with relaxing gameplay. Today, we're diving into a case so eerie and calculated that it stunned the nation. The horrifying crimes of John List, the man who brutally murdered his entire family and then vanished without a trace for nearly 2 decades. So, grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's unravel the shocking and deeply disturbing story of a family annihilator who believed he was doing God's work. John Emil List was born on September 17, 1925, in Bay City, Michigan. Raised in a strict Lutheran household, List grew up under the stern hand of his father, who instilled in him an intense fear of sin and eternal damnation. He was described as intelligent but socially awkward, spending much of his time alone. After serving in World War II, List pursued a degree in accounting and business administration, later securing a stable job as an accountant. He married Helen Taylor, a widow with a daughter, and they eventually had 3 children together: Patricia, John Jr., and Frederick. From the outside, the Lists appeared to be the picture-perfect American family, living in a 19-room Victorian mansion in Westfield, New Jersey. But beneath the surface, everything was falling apart. By 1971, John List was facing severe financial difficulties. He had lost his accounting job and was secretly in deep debt, unable to keep up with the mortgage payments on their lavish home. Rather than admit failure, he continued dressing in a suit every morning and pretending to go to work. At home, tensions were rising. Helen was reportedly an alcoholic, often berating John and accusing him of being inadequate. Meanwhile, his daughter Patricia expressed an interest in acting, a career List viewed as sinful and immoral. Feeling trapped and ashamed, List became convinced that his only way out was to eliminate his entire family, not out of hatred, but in his twisted belief that he was saving their souls from financial ruin and the corruption of the modern world. On the morning of November 9, 1971, List executed his carefully crafted plan. First, he shot his wife Helen in the back of the head while she sipped her morning coffee. Then he walked upstairs and killed his 85-year-old mother, Alma, in her bedroom. After that, he waited for his children to return from school. One by one, he lured them inside and executed them in the same cold, calculated manner. His youngest son, John Jr., was the last to arrive, and he fought back. List shot him multiple times, ensuring he was dead. Once the murders were complete, List methodically cleaned up, cut his face out of family photos, and arranged the bodies of his wife and children on sleeping bags in the mansion's grand ballroom. He then wrote a 5-page confession letter to his pastor, justifying the killings as a way to ensure his family's place in heaven. Before disappearing, List canceled all deliveries, including the milk and mail, so no one would suspect anything for weeks. He turned on the lights in the house and played classical music over the intercom, creating an eerie scene of frozen time. He then drove to John F. Kennedy International Airport and vanished without a trace. Since his crime took place before modern forensic advancements, authorities had little to track him with. For 18 years, John List evaded capture, assuming a new identity and starting a new life. The case went cold until 1989, when America's Most Wanted aired a special on List. A forensic sculptor created an aged-up bust of what List might look like nearly 2 decades later. The resemblance was uncanny, and it worked. A former neighbor from Denver, Colorado, recognized the face and tipped off authorities. It turned out that List had been living as Robert P. Clark, a quiet and unassuming man who had remarried and built a new life. When confronted, List initially denied being John List, but when fingerprint analysis confirmed his identity, he was finally arrested, 18 years after the murders. In 1990, List stood trial for the 5 murders. Despite his attempts to claim insanity, the jury saw through his excuses. He was convicted on 5 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to 5 life terms in prison. Even after his conviction, List showed no remorse, stating in interviews that he still believed his actions were justified. John List died in prison in 2008 at the age of 82, taking many of his secrets to the grave. The story of John List is chilling, not only because of the brutality of his crimes, but also because of how calculated and emotionless his actions were. He was a man who could blend into society, hiding behind a mask of normalcy while carrying a darkness few could imagine. What do you think? Was John List a desperate man who cracked under pressure? Or was he always capable of such horrific acts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chilling case. Until next time, stay cozy but stay safe.